The NBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Sign up with promo code NBA SGPN and get a 50% deposit bonus up to $1,000. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. Start crushing college football, NFL, and NBA with Rhythm. Get your 7-day free trial by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. Yes, sir. We are back with another edition of the NBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. Know me, know the voice, know the guy, it's me. Really, bro. Villain, bro. Terrell Furman Jr. here at your service. I had a whole thing of what I was going to say before I started the show, and it just stopped because I started laughing because Christian got in the chat talking about this NBA shit been brutal, bring back the women. Oh, man, that's funny. Hey, Scott, we're going to get to the games because we have a big slate. We're not going to waste any time. We're going to fly through this and not take forever. But what I do have to say to you, Scott, is after his performance on Sunday, before we get into the games, are you willing? Are you ready to repent your crimes against one Moses Brown?
Scotty, beat me up.
Surprise.
See, there's two ways to look at it, because on one hand, he played the Wizards, and that's a fake team. On the other hand, I think he started the game off scoring the first 8 points for Indiana, so I don't really know what happened there, but I was watching and he just kept scoring. Still one of the best free throw.
15? He had 15!
He had 15, one of the best free throw forms in the entire league. But point is, I wouldn't say I'm willing to repent because I never really roasted him that badly, but Miles Turner got into foul trouble and he dominated, but it was against the Wizards. So, you got to factor it in. You might be able to get a couple buckets against the Wizards. So just keep that in mind.
Shout out. I love when I see a good Moses Brown game. That's my guy. That is my guy. All right. Huge slate before we're getting into a Turkey Day. Happy Turkey Day to those who celebrate, and to those who don't, then just eat something good. That's all we do. All right. Nonetheless, Scott, let's get into it, and let's get into it quickly. Before we do that, I got to remind people in honor of Turkey Day, we're giving away a massive merch sale Thursday through Sunday this week. Everything is 25% off in the merch store. Make sure you go to store.sportsgamblingpodcast.com. Everything 25% off in the merch store. Use promo code Black Friday to go get you some gear. 25% off everything. All right, no rush. We got a whole bunch of games on the slate. First game up on the docket, 7 p.m. on the East Coast. We talked about that unserious basketball team in the Washington Wizards, who are at home catching 11 against the Los Angeles Clippers. 223 is the total now. Injury report for these two teams. And I have whoa, that is moving slowly. Okay, there we go. Let's see if there we go. For the Los Angeles Clippers, we have, wait, is this today's?
And the Clippers play the Wizards.
Today's 27? Oh, yeah. This is okay. Game's tipping off at 7.
Yeah.
There we go. No, I don't know why the Clippers game wasn't up here. I don't know. I just scrolled past it, I guess so. All right. Nonetheless, you have a game time decision on Norman Powell. See if he's going to be able to return to the lineup today with that hamstring injury. You have Mo Bamba, who is a questionable for the Wizards game with the knee injury. And then you have Kobe Brown, who is questionable injury. Looking over here at the Wizards, Jordan Poole, they got destroyed. As I said, destroyed by the Bulls there. They didn't do what we needed for the over.
Yeah, they didn't. I think Terrell just liked that.
111. Once again,
you're back. Okay. Yeah, Terrell's connection's kind of just jumping all over the place.
All right.
So just
Chrome.
saying.
This is Chrome. This is
Could be.
Chrome.
Either way. Point is, though, they're laying double digits on the road. The Clippers, of course, are a bit shorthanded, but they have been great defensively. The Wizards can't score. I know we like to roast Jordan Poole a lot because Poole is let's say, a losing basketball player, just based on his lack of, I'd say, focus and his decision making. But the guy can score. This Wizards team can't really score without him. So I do question if the Wizards can keep this game close by scoring enough. It's a lot of points to lay on the road. I get it, but the Wizards have lost 12 straight. If you want to actually dive into the margin of loss, they've lost 14 games this season. Every loss has been by at least 9 points. This team is the worst team in the league by a mile. They are really, really bad, and I feel like it's either Clippers or pass for me. I can't really make an argument for the Wizards here unless you want to tell me that they can score enough points to keep this game close. I don't think they can. I think the Clippers are a good defensive team. I think the Wizards are a team that can score without Jordan Poole. And maybe if Poole's back in the line, they can make an argument that they can score enough to keep this game close. But I said going into the actual season that the Wizards were going to be the worst team in the entire league. I felt good about it. I got their win total under. I feel really good about it. They're 2-14. In the words of Kyle Kuzma, you just don't want to be that team. And I think the Wizards are that team because damn, this team sucks. Give me the Clippers. I don't think I really have a choice. I think the Clippers are the better team, and the Wizards are a lost cause on both sides of the ball. So give me the Clippers.
Nothing to talk about there for me. I don't know if you mentioned it when I lagged the fuck out or whatever the fuck happened. But nonetheless, one game of the 14 of their losses have they not covered this spread, and they lost by 9.
Yep. And for the record, that game they were only getting like 8.5. So they didn't even cover that game too.
No, they didn't. Actually, it pushed.
Well, I had money on the Spurs 8.5, so I know for a fact.
You caught the early line. Congrats, Scott.
But I appreciate it. Thank you. But the point is that the Wizards have been a mess. So
there's really nothing to say. This team just sucks. Like
they're not trying to win. They came into the season saying, "Oh, Cooper Flag. All right, sweet."
Yeah. Man, I wish the Nets would follow their lead. All right, easy here. 223.
It's really tricky because I think I'd rather take like
Wizards.
the Clippers team total over.
Yeah,
I don't trust the Wizards to score, but I definitely don't trust them to guard anybody. So
they really not scoring against, like they had so many clear opportunities to score against that Bulls team and just missed shots. Yeah, they could easily pull this total over, but I'll just take the Clippers and be safe.
Yeah.
All right. That's easy. This one, let's see if you think is just as easy. Portland Trailblazers are on the road going to play the Indiana Pacers. Indiana's laying 10.5 here. 232.5 is the total injury report here for these two teams. And for the Portland Trailblazers, you have DeAndre Ayton, who is questionable. You have a questionable tag on Scoot Henderson. He's going to look like he's going to be able to go today. Chris Murray has a questionable tag. Jerami Grant is unlikely to play as he is doubtful for this game. And then over here to the others. Oh, yeah, Robert Williams is out. And then for the other side of the ball, you have Furpy, who is questionable. No Nembhard, no Neesmith, no Ben Shepherd. All right.
You said the Pacers are laying how many points?
Yeah, bro. That was really where the straw was drawn for me, in the fact that the Pacers were laying 10.5 for a team that doesn't play defense at all whatsoever.
I even saw 11.5, so it's gone up there.
Yeah, no, there's nothing that you could do to get me to lay those amount of points with this Pacers team that, again, does not play defense. Whether they're at home, whether they're at the road, they do not play defense. And this Trailblazers team actually is pretty solid defensively. Like, they're okay. Their issue is that they can't score the ball ever. But if you have a freaking Pacers team that's giving up, 62% at the rim, they're giving up everything. You can score every which way on this Pacers team. And I don't know if you could do this for this Trailblazers team. The last time they got destroyed by Memphis, similar fashion to how they did last night, they ended up blowing out Minnesota the next night.
Yeah.
So I think this team covered this number against the Thunder, and I think the Thunder are a way better team. I think they can play them better, and I think the tempo can actually move in the Trailblazers' favor and just keep them scoring. Yeah, this is ridiculous. I'm not doing this, Scott. Give me the Trailblazers plus 10.5.
They give up how many assists to Alfred Payton?
Oh
21?
shit, yeah.
21 assists to Alfred
It's
Payton?
fucking
Yeah,
ridiculous.
I think I'm good. I don't want to lay 11.5 with this team. I watched them play against the Wizards. Then they won by 12. That game was close for about 3.5 quarters. If you're close and you're in a dogfight with the Wizards at home for the majority of that game, I'm probably not laying this. Portland got killed their last game. Ja came back. It is what it is. I think Portland looks better in this game. Give me Portland plus the points.
Yeah, 4-1. 4-1 for a game against the Pacers? Absolutely, Scott. I don't know how this isn't going to be in consideration for my dog today. All right, totals at 232.5. Easy. Well, it's not that easy to me because Portland plays pretty solid defense. Just give me Portland C total over.
Yeah, I think that's where I'm at too. I mean, the Pelicans scored 110 against them. They're injured to hell and back. I think Portland can do enough offensively to get over. I mean, you're looking at a pretty low number here of like 110.5, 111.5. I think they can get to 112. I think it's realistic. So yeah, give me the team total over.
Miami Heat on the road going to play the Charlotte Hornets. Hornets catching 3.5 at home. 218 is the total. Injury report. Injury report here for these two teams. And we have for the Miami Heat, Kevin Love is a game time decision day. He did not return to the game on Tuesday. We'll see if he's going to be able to go today. Probably not. For the Charlotte Hornets, you have Miles Bridges, who is out, Trey Mann, who is out, Jeffries, who is out, Richards and Mark Williams are still out. However, those two are actually on G League assignment, so could be seeing them in the near future. Here we go. Scott, we have the Heat who are laying points, which we know this is a spot to fade the team. As yesterday, if you caught the show and you played and you listened to me when I said play the Bucks plus 2.5. Nonetheless,
they tried to punt that game, but nice job holding on at the end.
And then the fact that Giannis got ruled out, it ballooned up to 5.5, and it still didn't cover outright. Nonetheless, they rarely fucking lose to this Charlotte team, man. That's the most annoying part of it. They rarely, and when they win, they covered 3 straight covers as a favorite against the Charlotte Hornets here. Scott, what are you doing?
So Charlotte's a team which I feel like it's pretty easy to handicap right now because LaMelo's been going crazy, and they've still gotten their asses kicked in a lot of these games. Like
the last game against the Magic, LaMelo outscored the team.
Yeah, he had 44. I think the rest of the team had 40, and they lost by double digits. So, yeah, LaMelo's going back to Chino Hills, and it doesn't even matter because they keep losing games.
Every shot is a Chino Hill shot.
I don't know if it matters. Like, if LaMelo has an off game, they're going to lose by 20. If he has an on game, they lose anyway. Brandon Miller's been fine, but they don't really have anybody else. So, I think I have to go Miami. As much as I hate laying points with this team, they do well against Charlotte, but LaMelo's been going crazy, and they've still been losing. So even when LaMelo drops 40, the team might not reach 100. That's kind of what we've known last week. I'm good. If you want to take Charlotte, just take some props instead. I don't know why I'd rather take the money line or the spread when this team, besides the 2 guys they have, and LaMelo and Brandon Miller, can't put the ball in the basket. So I'll go for player props instead on Charlotte, but I gotta go Miami. I'm hoping Awful Loss will be motivated to get the job done because they probably should have beaten that Milwaukee team, and they were playing with their food for the first 3 quarters. They fell behind by a lot. Then they finally buckled down, and it was a little too late. I think Miami bounces back here. It's mostly LaMelo putting up crazy numbers and still losing. So I'll go with the Heat minus 3.5.
Oh, man. I am going to go with the system play. I'm still going to take Charlotte plus 3.5. But Scott, I am not feeling good about this. Charlotte just continues to ruin this spot for me. If they lose this one, Scott, I may have to make an adjustment to the Heat system and say that we're going to take this. We're going to fade the Heat every time as a favorite, except against the Hornets.
I would just rather take LaMelo props or Brandon Miller props than taking Charlotte to actually win a game. I feel like that's a better use of my money.
218 is the total. It's actually gone down a little bit.
I got to go under because Charlotte's gotten crazy games from Melo, and they still can't even reach 100.
Yeah.
I can't go with the over. I got to go under.
Yeah. They're just, and no Bridges as well. Like they're really lacking on the scoring here.
Yeah.
I'm very curious where the scoring is.
Even Grant Williams was decent this year, and he's out for the season now.
And the Heat play LaMelo kind of tough. So I'm very curious on where the scoring is going to come from. For sure. Matter of fact, screw this. Give me Miami laying 3.5. All right.
Wait, you said you're taking Miami in the end.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
This is diabolical. I'm not going to lie. But come on. Like, they.
Yeah, I was making sure.
Touche. Too fucking shay, Scott. Touche. The Atlanta Hawks are on the road going to play the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cavs are laying 10. 240.5 is the total. Scott, I'm not going to waste anybody's fucking time here. I just want everybody to know that the Atlanta Hawks. No, stop. That's not how I want to say that. Rewind. I want to let everybody know that the Washington Wizards, who we just roasted earlier this show, have 2 wins on the season. Just 2. And both of them are against the Atlanta Hawks. Anything else you like to add?
No, not really. Largest comeback 1 to 10 since I brought. I mean, largest comeback 10 plus. I think is cashed in like 3 of the first 4 games after I brought it up. But not in this game. I think Cleveland's going to kill this team. Trae Young's questionable. We'll see if he actually plays or not. But Atlanta lost to Dallas over the last few days without Luka playing. They were up by double digits in that game too. The team's a joke. I got nothing else to add. This team sucks. Give me the Cavs to win comfortably. You could argue Cavs team total over. They could get to 130. I think it's possible, but Atlanta's a joke. I don't know if JR's in the comment section or not, but it's a good thing he's a Hawks fan that doesn't actually watch the games because he'd be miserable.
No, so he's not even a Hawks fan. He just likes betting Trae assist, and so he says no.
Well, I can get behind that, money. But like
he likes betting Hawks props, and so that's why he loves the Hawks. But he admits, yeah, this is not a bad basketball team, but the props are amazing. And I'm like, no, it doesn't matter. We don't care.
I would even push back. They might actually be a bad basketball team. Like if you find ways to lose games to the Wizards in back-to-back games and they can't keep any other game within 8 points, basically, you're probably trash. I'm just saying, you're probably trash. So I'll go with the Cavs.
Scott, for fun, I'm still going to play the largest comeback 10 points because it would only be like this Hawks team to catch the Cavs in a sleepy spot and then still lose the game.
I'm pretty sure it's cashed in like 3 of the first 4 games after I brought it up.
Yeah. This is ridiculous. All right. Easy here. All right. Before we get to the rest of the slate, though, got to talk to you about Underdog Fantasy. Awesome pick a menu full of NBA, NFL, college football, college basketball, and you can get a whole bunch of cool, awesome boosts just to increase your entry. So, hey, go sign up with promo code NBA SGPN. We're going to give out an underdog lineup at the end of the show that you can put in as well. Promo code NBA SGPN, get a special pick and first time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus cash. UnderdogFantasy.com. Promo code NBA SGPN. Let's keep it on rolling, Scott. Next game, Scott, we're still in the 7 o'clock hour, by the way. Just so you know. Houston Rockets on the road going to play the Philadelphia 76ers. I'm not going to lie, Scott. I saw this line at 4. Now it's 5.5. 218.5 is the total. Injury report, and we have for the where are we at? Houston Rockets. Steven Adams is a game time decision, looks like. He did not play on Tuesday. Possibly could play today, but I doubt it. He's been out for a little while. Not Cody. Is that Cody? No, that's not Cody. Caleb Martin. I'm sorry. Yeah. Caleb Martin is questionable today. Guess who's not questionable? Joel Embiid or Paul George or Kyle Lowry. They're all out. Nonetheless, this is why they're laying all these points. Finally, I see we have a line that is indicative of where Philly is out. Home dog. Are you taking a home dog here?
So for this game, the argument is with everyone basically being out for Philly that Maxey and McCain can carry in this game. Houston's on a back-to-back. They had an overtime game against Minnesota. I believe they won the group in the NBA Cup, I think. I think they won the group in the end, so shout out to Houston for making it to the next round at least. Şengün to triple-double. It was a nice win. I liked Houston yesterday, so that worked out well for me. But for this game, I can't take Philly. I just can't do it. I understand if you want to make an argument for the actual scheduling spot, it makes sense for Philly. The team's not very good. It is what it is. I mean, you're looking at Philly missing Paul George and Embiid again. I can't back this team. They beat the Nets over the weekend. That was the only positive they've had for the last week and a half. So I'll go Houston in this game. Then the team's solid. They have a lot of length on the wings, which I think can give Philly some problems. I think the rebounding could be an issue as well. But I just think that Philly is, once again, just an underwhelming basketball team. So I'll go with the Rockets -5.5.
Yeah, I would love an opportunity to fade the Rockets on the road, but I'm not going to be able to do that with Philly here. Şengün is going to absolutely feast over Andre Drummond today. And really whoever else they put out there. Yabusele, like Oubre. I'm very, very interested in seeing like who or what do they throw at Alperen Şengün to not let him just cook them the entire game. I like this Rockets team. They're getting it together. They're playing really, really good basketball. And okay, 9-5 is a favorite. Still, you know what? Not bad at it. Yeah, I'm with you. 13-6 overall, 8-2 in their last 10 games. I just don't know. I need a lot. Like, I need a lot for me to take Philly right now. I would love to jump on the Philly train because I'm sure that they're going to start winning a couple of games at some point, but not right now. No,
I don't think it even would be me considering to take Philly. The question is, do I take Houston or do I pass? Because I can't back Philly right now. That's not an option for me.
Any concern about the overtime game on a bet?
Yeah,
or is Philly that bad?
Of course there's concern, but the problem is I still can't back Philly.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. I'm probably not going to bet this game, but there's no chance I'm taking Philly.
I would say
I'd rather take props. I'd rather go with McCain or I'd rather go with Maxey if I had the choice.
I would live bet this. If Philly gets out early, they 100% can blow this game. 100%. Houston plays good defense down the stretch, and Philly, I could see Philly going into a scoring lull in the second half, and Houston just climbing out of whatever hole they put themselves in. So, yeah, it's Houston or no play here for me. All right, 218.5. Ugh.
I got no thoughts on the total.
Yeah, actually, no, nothing there. Yeah, I got nothing. All right, Chicago Bulls on the road going to play the Orlando Magic. Magic are laying 10.5. 224.5 is the total. Still in the 7 o'clock hour, by the way, Scott. Just so you know. All right. For the Chicago Bulls, we have is this true? Is this an actual? Yeah.
Well, they played yesterday, so they have extra time to submit the injury report.
No, but what I see right now is that Lonzo Ball is expecting a return to action tonight. Could be seeing some Lonzo tonight for the Bulls. Sanogo is a game time decision as well. He's out yesterday. We'll see if he's going to be able to play. And same thing for Patrick Williams, out yesterday. We'll see if he'll be able to play today. For the Orlando Magic, same injury report as it's been. No Paolo Banchero, no Gary Harris.
They've been winning, even without them.
Yeah.
It's a back-to-back for Chicago, but they played the Wizards. They were able to coast for that basically second half. I'm going to take the points. I understand if Orlando wins comfortably, they're great at home. I get it, but at least Chicago can score. Like, I know this team can put up points. Orlando, offensively, I know Franz has been carrying. They're not a great offense. It is what it is. Like, they've been getting by, but I think the Bulls can keep this game close. Give me the Magic by, 7. I'll pick Orlando to win. They don't really need style points. I don't think that they are really great at even getting style points. Give me Orlando winning but not covering. It's a pretty big spread to cover when you're a team whose offense is still not great. I think Chicago can score enough to keep this game close.
Man. Yeah, but Chicago's defense is pretty bad too. Like, what if they just let Orlando just kind of do whatever? And it's Orlando at home. Like,
they could easily let Orlando do whatever. I just think it's a lot of points to be laying with an offense that I'm still not fully sold on. Not their fault. Paulo got hurt, but they've been fine. They've been winning games. I just think Chicago can score enough to not get blown out. And Chicago's been good on the road. I believe they're 6-5 on the road this season.
They are, which is, I don't know. Some of my gut is telling me just go ahead and lay the points. I think I'm actually going to go on the other side of you on this one, Scott, because I like
I'll forgive you. It's fine. It is what it is.
But nonetheless, they've covered the last 2 times that they've been laying this number when the Bulls have gotten an insane number in double digits, they haven't been able to cover. I do like Pete. Like, I think Franz Wagner can have a really, really good day here, being able to get inside of the paint, being able to score. He's been good with Paolo and Carroll out. Jalen Suggs could have a good game here today on the outside. Like, I could see Orlando Magic putting up points today. And I don't know if the Bulls can get over the hump defensively because the Magic really, really lock in, especially at home. I'm going to go ahead and lay the points. I'll lay it. All right. Cool. Is that the first disagreement? Wow.
Yeah, I think so.
224.5. Yeah, I'm going to take the under because I think that if Orlando wins, it's because Chicago couldn't score.
I mean, the first meeting did land 201. Bulls did win the first meeting. I believe Paolo did play in that game. Might have been Paolo's last game before getting injured. But the Magic, I mean, you said before, they have a hard time scoring, or they might be able to push the Bulls down because of their defense. I'm going with the under anyway. I mean, the Magic last two games, 2-11 against the Pistons, and you got 179 against Charlotte. I'm on the under in this game mostly because of Orlando. It's why I'm picking the Bulls to cover, because I just don't think that the Magic are going to be able to light it up offensively. So yeah, I'll go with the under in this game.
All right. My New York Knickerbockers are on the road, laying 4 against the Dallas Mavericks. 233. I'm sorry, 233.5 is the total here.
What'd they have again? 145?
You said what?
What'd they have again? 145?
Oh, yeah. Belt to
45
ass.
assists? Franchise record?
Belt to ass. Precious Achiuwa, Mitchell Robinson, as always, are out for this team. You have Grimes, who is questionable. Derek Lively's questionable. Klay Thompson's questionable. No Luka, no Dante Exum.
Well, we need Grimes to play. It's a revenge game.
Yeah. And, I mean, they're going to need him because if he doesn't play, Brunson's going to walk into 40, bro.
Yeah.
Like, he's going to
I like the Knicks anyway in this game.
And then the fact that Dallas switches every fucking thing. Like, they're just going to play pick and roll the whole fucking time. And he's going to abuse the bigs. Even if he does have the guards guarding him, it's not like Kyrie or Jayden Hardy if Quentin Grimes are out here doing anything to slow down. I don't know how Brunson doesn't score 40 today, honestly. Like,
he either ends up with 40 or ends up with 28 and 14.
By the way, last time he was in Dallas, he scored 30.
Yeah.
So I'm all over Jalen Brunson. This is system play. Tibbs with the Knicks on the road as a favorite. They handle business. Lay the 4.
I'm with you.
I don't trust Dallas defensively right now.
I mean, Dallas has been looking okay without Luka. Defensively, they've not been great. They beat Atlanta. That game was very close. They came back from behind. Kyrie and Dinwiddie.
Atlanta should be so disappointed in themselves with the injuries that Dallas had and on a back-to-back.
Well, Kyrie took over the fourth quarter. Dinwiddie was amazing in that game. He couldn't miss a shot. But I still think that Dallas defensively has got problems. And the Knicks, you could argue defensively are still not great, but offensively they've been great, whether it was against Phoenix, whether it was against the Nuggets last time out. I think they can score a bunch of points against this team. I don't mind the over in this game. I think both teams can score, but besides Kyrie, still not really sold in the scoring depth. Najee Marshall, though, has been great, so shout out to Najee Marshall. But I do think the Knicks will be able to score enough to cover this. I'll go with the Knicks.
Yeah. I
mean, even OG
Dallas
had 40 last game.
So
OG can give you a solid 20 and change. He had 40 last game.
Yep. Career high.
Yeah.
Oh, man. This Knicks team is great, man. When they start playing to their potential, they're not even playing to their potential right now. But
yeah,
they're great.
I'm going to chalk up that Utah loss to a look-at spot against Denver. So that's kind of where I'm at. But
yeah. Somebody tried to mention it to me the other day, like it was going to hurt my feelings. Come on. Faded Utah the next night. Hey. Stephon Castle. Scott, yesterday, me and Lonte went back and forth because for some reason he took Utah. And I couldn't fathom it. And so I, in turn, took Spurs 1-10 because I said the Spurs aren't that good, but they're better than Utah.
That's a shame. They look good for most of the way through.
3.
Yeah.
That fucking 3. Oh, my God.
It's the NBA Cup. You got to care about the point differential or something.
Oh, my fucking God. And then the Lakers get blown out. So they're like cruising point differential right now in that group. They didn't need the 3. God damn it. I should have faded Lonte completely and just took an all spread. All right. Memphis Grizzlies on the road. Going to play the Detroit Pistons. Memphis is laying 8 here. 225.5 is the total. 12 is not playing in this game. I swear, like 12 has the work cycle of Roman Reigns. Like Plays one game, dominates, blows the team out. All right. See you guys. I'll be
It
back
could be
later.
worse. You could have the work cycle in wrestling terms of like Dwayne the Rock Johnson or like Brock Lesnar. You just show up once a
Yeah.
month and you just collect the paycheck. So
Yeah. No, like literally. God. I still love you, 12. All right. 12's out. Vince Williams out. GG Zacky's out. Game time decision on Tobias Harris for the Detroit Pistons. Kay Cunningham is not ruled out, but it's not looking likely. All right.
I mean, you said no 12, so I know Detroit hasn't exactly been great without Cade. They beat Toronto on a buzzer beater. I'm so salty about it. I had Toronto as my dog on that show, and they blew the game. But the point is, I do think for this one, I'm going to go with the under. I'll keep it simple. I have questions about Memphis's offense. I know that they were great last time out against the Bulls. The Bulls don't guard anybody. So Ja came back. They dominated against Portland, but that's a one-off because Ja came back. Just give me the under. I don't trust Detroit offensively without Cade. I'm not sure Memphis is going to do much offensively in this game either. It's a pretty high total. I'll go with the under in this game.
Man, do you remember like all the injuries and all that other shit that Memphis was going through? Like, really for the last 2 years?
I mean, they still are, to be fair.
Yeah.
But
Do you know they've won the last 5 against Detroit?
yeah.
Well, like, I understand those were some bad Detroit teams, but like those weren't good Memphis teams either. And Memphis has won the last 5. That's actually pretty interesting.
I mean, I don't really want to lay 8.5 with the Memphis B squad. I'd rather go with the under. Maybe Memphis 1-10. I think they'll win the game, but I don't want to pick them to win by blowout.
Yeah, they are pretty solid defensively, but
I think there are better games to bet on personally, but I'll go with the under.
I don't know. Memphis has just been kind of good even without their guys out.
Yeah,
Some of these
Scottie
games,
Pippen Jr.'s been great overall. I mean, they've had a bunch of injuries though, so.
Wow. I don't know. I don't think I want to get in front of this Memphis trade right now.
All right.
It's doing something pretty solid. Even though I really, really, really do want to take the Pistons. But they guarded Jaden Ivey pretty good. Yeah, give me the Memphis. I'm gonna roll with Memphis. Laying 8.
I'll just go back to Hardaway under rebounds and assists. I'll just run that back because that's been cashing every game basically.
All right. Before we get to the next game on the slate, though, gotta talk to you about mybookie.ag. Great to have them back. They have a new and improved website, and it's great on the mobile app. They have a whole bunch of props menu and everything, so go out there and check some of that out. Live dealer casino, and they give out even new earlier cash out options. So of course you got to go get down on some bets over there at mybookie.ag. Promo code SGPN for 100% deposit match up to $1,000 plus a $10 casino chip. That is mybookie.ag. Promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm, #1 AI-powered sports betting platform. Cooking up in the Rhythm labs here. Love cross-checking Rhythm's models with my models. And I do have a Rhythm play for today. I do. I actually have 2. I'm going to give out one, though. You can get the other one if you get that 7-day free trial by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. Fired up Braun Breaker. And let me see here. We haven't talked about the game yet, but Braun Breaker has a play on a team that I'm probably also going to have a play on. But Braun Breaker likes the San Antonio Spurs plus 2.5 here. He does. And guess what? My Rhythm model loves it too. I like it as well. We'll talk about that game in a second. But San Antonio Spurs plus 2.5. Shout out to Rhythm. Go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM to get down in the Rhythm app and get a whole bunch of other props and picks, NFL, college football, college basketball, all of it over there at Rhythm. All right. Next game up on the docket. And we got the Toronto Raptors on the road going to play the New Orleans Pelicans. Pelicans are laying 3. 222.5 is the total. Let's look at the injury report because that's clearly that has to be what's going on here. It's got to be an update to the injury report. For the Toronto Raptors, we have Bruce Brown, Grady Dick, Kelly Olynyk, Emmanuel Quickley out, And for the Pelicans, DeJounte Murray is expected to go today. Jordan Hawkins is expected to play today. Brandon Ingram's expected to play today. Trey Murphy is expected to play today. All questionable, but expected to play. Jose Alvarado is out. Herb Jones is out. Zion Williamson, of course. So they retool. Oh, CJ's supposed to play. I don't know if people know that. CJ's supposed to play too. So they get healthy. They retool. This is, I think, the first game back with this many bodies. Lay 3 automatically?
Yeah, I feel like I kind of have to. I mean, the Raptors blew that game against Detroit. They should have won the game. I mean, they led for basically the entirety of it, and then they fell apart down the stretch. New Orleans at least has some recognizable faces again. Shout out to Elfrid Payton. Point is, though, you got DeJounte Murray coming back, so they do have a backcourt again with CJ as well. I question if there's going to be a little bit of rust involved, but 2.5 at home. New Orleans over the years has been a lot better at home than on the road, so I think they should show up for this one. Toronto's still a bad team. Well, don't get it twisted. This team still stinks, but at least they've been better with Barnes being back. But I'll go with New Orleans. It might be ugly early. You might be able to find a live line. Maybe New Orleans gets out to a bad start, halftime, full-time maybe, for Toronto and then New Orleans. But I've not been a fan of how Toronto's closed games lately, so I'll go with the Pelicans to win and cover. But I think once again, you might want to consider Toronto first half, Pelicans full game maybe.
Pelicans actually have been playing kind of decently the past couple of games too.
Yeah, they've been okay.
They kept it a lot closer against Golden State than I would have thought. And even though I said that they would keep the game closer against the Indiana because Indiana's not legit, it was all right. Like, pretty solid. Yeah. I guess I'll lay the 3, but man. Yeah, this is going to tell me where I'm going to feel about the Pelicans with all their guys get back in a couple of games under the belt, but I'll lay the 3 for now. Something. There's a gut feeling that's ringing off there that says I might be thinking a little too cute here and go with the team that's been covering the entire season, which is Toronto. But we're gonna stick with preseason aspirations and say that Toronto kind of slides here.
I mean, to be fair, they've been covering because they've been getting a ton of points. To be fair,
yeah,
this is not one of those spots.
Sacramento Kings on the road going to play Minnesota Timberwolves. Timberwolves laying 3.5 here, coming off overtime. 218.5 is total. Yeah, Sacramento's going through it.
Yep.
No,
I had OKC as my lock on the last show though, so I'm not complaining. But yeah, they're going through it.
No DeRozan, no Trey Lyles. Scott, we were talking about this, and we said, hey, we're starting to drink to some journeyman revenge games. We just got one added back to the card because Jay Crowder is on this Kings team now.
Yeah, like we're going to get Jay Crowder props. Okay. I hope we do.
Didn't Jay Crowder have a stop in Minnesota?
He had a stop on every team. So yeah, I think he did.
Yeah, I feel like he did too. Or am I thinking of Taurean Prince? I mean, I know Taurean Prince did, but I think Jay Crowder had a stop in Minnesota too. Got to double check that. Might have to take a shot today. This might be a Jay Crowder revenge game. Mike Conley's game time decision. Joe Ingles' game time decision.
I'm going to take the Kings.
You have to tell me if we're going to do anything with the Kings, man.
I'm taking the Kings. It's mostly a spot where I can't trust either team. I think both teams are not very good. Yeah. I'm not laying 3.5. If you want to go for the Timberwolves, maybe 1-10. I don't see a blowout happening here. They went to overtime. They're playing again today. They've been going through it as well. The Kings have been playing really bad basketball. Like, I'm aware of it, but they've had a couple games this season. They've been competitive. I see a close game down to the wire, but the Kings have extra rest. That's good enough for me. Give me Sacramento. It's mostly, like, I'll put it this way. If the Kings were laying, I would take the points with Minnesota. With Minnesota laying, I'll take the points with the Kings. I don't trust either team, so just give me the points in a coin flip. That's where I'm at.
They won by 4 on the road in Sacramento. It was a crazy high-scoring game.
Yeah.
I think this one is just, no DeRozan. Minnesota does play better defense at home, even though they kind of blew that game in overtime to the Rockets. And they had to fight back in that anyway.
Shout out to Rob, though. Finally got some minutes off the bench. He looked pretty good.
If I were to play anything, it's probably an early play on the Kings.
By the way, Jake Crowder never played for the Timberwolves.
No, never? Okay.
I looked it up.
Great.
He played, wow. I know for a fact he played for Memphis, so he didn't play for Minnesota.
All right, so we're going to have to wait on another Jay Crowder revenge game here. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, give me Sacramento early, but
I just can't lay it with either of these teams right now. So I'm not going to do it with Minnesota.
yeah,
This team
as
hates
bad
each
as it
other.
sounds to lay it, it sounds horrible to back the Kings right now.
It
Like
does. I'm
they've been
probably not going to
bad.
bet this game because why would I bother? But I can't back Minnesota right now. I mean, you said the two games. You saw Minnesota win by 2, and the other game went to overtime. So these teams have killed each other. Just give me the points.
Yeah. All right. We'll take it. Losing to the Hawks at home, Sacramento is just diabolical.
Yeah.
All right.
I also quickly have to call out Ant a bit because I know Ant had a 29 piece last night. Conley's barely played. 1 assist? Really? 1 assist? Come on, man. Like, I understand that, you're a potential star player in the league and you can score and you've been shooting well from 3. Can you at least try to get your teammates involved at all? 1 assist with no Conley? You have no point guard. You got to do better than that. Come on, Ant. You should be walking into at least 5 assists without Conley on the floor. You really have to be doing a better job of passing the ball.
All right. Let's see here. The Los Angeles Lakers are on the road going to play the San Antonio Spurs. Spurs are down to 228 total injured for 2 teams, and we have for the Lakers, Jackson Hayes did turn his ankle yesterday, so we're going to see if he's going to be able to go. Devin Vassell is expected to play in this game. Devin Vassell is expected to play. Teams get up for the Lakers. The Spurs team has been playing really, really good basketball, and the Lakers haven't been able to defend. I mean, this is a tough one, Scott, because the Lakers struggle with teams with winning records, and the Spurs have a winning record.
Yeah.
They just didn't have a winning record last year, and I don't know if the trend is winning record last year or this year. Nonetheless, the Lakers struggle with teams with a winning record, Scott, and the
To be
Spurs are
fair,
playing
they
pretty
already
good.
did beat San Antonio in the NBA Cup about a week or 2 ago in San Antonio. So they have been here before.
And
But
that's San Antonio's only loss in the NBA Cup too, by the way. So
yeah,
I think it's a little bit of
I
revenge
have the
here.
stats, by the way. The Lakers against teams above 500, 3-6. Against teams below 500, 7-1.
Yeah, give me the Spurs, man. It's pretty. I'm just gonna, give me the Spurs.
Just give me a LeBron triple-double. I'll just move on. Give me 80 points, LeBron triple-double. I'll just take props in this game. No interest on the sides. I'll probably go over. If I had to go, no, I wouldn't even go with that. I'd pick I would probably pick San Antonio right now. I might consider San Antonio third quarter. Look, I'll put it this way. I'm not going to spend too much time on this game. The Lakers with J.J. Redick and the Lakers with Darvin Ham. Are they the same team? Is there really a difference here from what we're noticing?
Man. No, because I think it's the players, yo. It was one time, at one point in the game was basically over, but it showed the effort of this Lakers team because Tyus Jones put a off-ball screen. Who was it? It was on a big or somebody, and D'Angelo Russell just stood there and watched the big roll out on the other side of him and get an easy bucket to the layup. And he just watched. Like, he was just like, Tyus Jones, what are you doing? Why are you setting a screen? Like, what are you doing? And then they scored. Like, there's no effort on this team. And at this point, they're firing coaches left and right. They just got to start cleaning house in this building.
For the record, I'm not saying Darvin Ham was a good coach. I think he was a bad coach, but J.J. Redick was viewed as being a significant upgrade. I think it's mostly the players on the team, which is why they have problems. I think it's a Pelinka issue, not really a coaching issue.
Yeah.
They can't defend anybody. The third quarter in the last 2 games has been embarrassing. They got outscored by Phoenix 36-18. And in the game prior against Denver at home, they got outscored 37-15. Give me Spurs third quarter. That's a sign of questionable coaching. If you come out of the locker room and get smacked, the other teams doubled up your point total in back-to-back third quarters. Give me San Antonio third quarter.
All right. Over. Spurs are going to be able to score. Devin Vassell's in the lineup. Devin Vassell, 20-plus points. If you are bold, and I'd say if you're really, really bold, you should get down on Devin Vassell, 25-plus points, whatever that number is. He's going to come back into the lineup. He's had some time off. He's ready to get back in the gym. And he's going to cook this Lakers team that doesn't play any defense. Come on now. Devin Vassell, 1B on this team. 1C. 1 seed.
Once again, LeBron triple-double could be in the works tonight, so we'll see what happens. But I can't back the Lakers right now. This team doesn't guard anybody. They're going through it. Redick, I don't want to say he's overmatched right now, but when you get killed in that, I'd say by that margin in back-to-back third quarters, there's a disconnect with you and your players. And you're talking about the film, you go to a dark place, congratulations. You got a lot of film to work with because your team's been terrible for the last 2 games. This team's just not very good right now. It is what it is.
The Denver Nuggets are on the road going to play the Utah Jazz. Nuggets are laying 9.5. 231.5 is the total. Injury report here. And we have for the Denver Nuggets, Peyton Watson is questionable. Aaron Gordon's still out. And Lauri Markkanen left the game yesterday.
Oh, yeah, he got helped off the court. He's not going to play.
Yeah, so no Lauri Markkanen. Jordan Clarkson didn't play. I don't think he's going to play today, but we'll see. And
Filipowski might be back. I think that's the only change because I'm pretty sure Clarkson's already out.
Yeah. All right. Nonetheless, this is super, super duper easy, man.
I think
the Jazz aren't getting as much. The Jazz aren't getting as much attention for as bad as they are because the Wizards are a basketball team in this league, but the Jazz are like right there with them. It's just the fact that they cover slightly more than the Wizards. Nonetheless, there's nothing to talk about. This Jazz team actually tries to lose games. Like when you watch them, they really do try to lose games. And in fact, they were actually in that game for a little bit against Spurs.
Well, twice against the Spurs. Did the same thing last Saturday.
They tried to blow the game against the Knicks, and the Knicks just wouldn't. Like, nah, you guys got it. We're checked out for the night. You guys got it. We're gonna come back another night. They actually the Utah Jazz every single game, and I want you to watch the game just because I know a lot of people aren't watching this Utah team. Why would you? Go watch Utah. They literally do what they can to lose the game.
After halftime. Their first halves are not that bad.
First half are fine. After halftime, they do everything they can to lose the game. And it's actually comical to see. That's why I thought it was hilarious that it was 2.5 yesterday for the Spurs. No fucking way. Yes, we're laying all of these points. Where's the dog? Oh, I can't get it. Can you get it?
I think it's a great spot for Denver in this game. Not even just because Utah's on a back-to-back, and they've been really bad on back-to-backs this year. They've played twice. They've lost both games by 11-plus points. In addition to that, Lauri's not playing because he got injured. Since he joined the Jazz, they've played 46 games without Lauri. Do you want to guess what the record is?
46 games?
And it's the last 2+ seasons, but since he joined
Scott, are they in double digits? Let me say, I'm not gonna give them double digits. I'm gonna say 9.
They're in double digits, but they're 15-31. Straight up.
Jesus
so they're really
still
bad.
Not good.
When he doesn't play. Good. I wonder if you're going to have other guys sitting too. I know Kessler came back from injury recently. Maybe he'll sit. We'll see what happens. But the point is Utah has been really bad in general. They're one of the worst teams in the league. Worst defensive rating in the entire league. And Denver gave up 145 last game against the Knicks at home. Killed the Lakers over the weekend. Then they completely no-showed the Knicks game. And Malone completely torched his entire team in the post-game presser. He called them out for effort. Called them out for defense. Jamal Murray did the same thing. Joker did the same thing. You know, you could argue about motivation issues in the NBA. It's why a lot of people might not be a big fan of the league because players sit out. Players really don't give 100% effort all the time. This is one of those spots where normally maybe to look ahead, you cannot look ahead to this game. Your coach basically said you're not trying in games. Figure it out. I think Denver brings it. They've won each of the last 3 games against Utah by 16-plus points. Played earlier this season in Denver, won by 26. I think Denver shows up and kills this team. Give me Denver to bounce back. It is a great motivation spot after getting torched on your home floor for 145. You gave up 45 assists, which is almost impossible to actually do. I think Denver comes in and buries this team by double digits. Give me Denver.
All right. Scott, there's a lot that I love on this card. We might have to add a bonus lot.
Well, Denver was my YouTube video. I got them at 8.5, so I'm not shocked it went to 9.5.
Yeah, we might have to make a bonus lock for this show. Love the guitar solo. All right, Phoenix Suns are on the road. No, they're at home. I'm sorry. Phoenix Suns are at home. Laying 8.5 against the Brooklyn Nets. That, I mean, if there's a team that I could have been more wrong about coming into the season, it was the Brooklyn Nets. Who
I warned people. I said it during the offseason. They're not going to be as bad as people think they're going to be. I warned people.
They're like down 18 on the road to Golden State is the perfect opportunity.
Oh, missing their entire team, though, because Cam Johnson got injured in the first half. He didn't play. Cam Thomas got injured. He didn't play basically for the entire last quarter. And they were missing basically all their centers. I don't think Claxton played in that game either, and they still won. So, yeah, the Nets are messing around.
Oh, man. Oh, my gosh. They're catching 8.5 now. 219 is the total. Injury report here, and we have for those Brooklyn Nets. Game time decision on Claxton, Dorian Finney-Smith, and Cam Johnson. Cam Thomas has already been ruled out. Noah Clowney's out. Nothing for the Phoenix Suns right now. They played yesterday. Oh my gosh, Scott. No, wait, this is easy. This is easy, Scott. We have to remember, what was this team in the beginning of the season with Kevin Durant? They were favorites that were winning, couldn't cover.
Yeah.
We like this team. And then the Nets cover everything. No, I'm going back to the beginning of the season because the Lakers was just the first game back. I knew they were going to destroy them. Everything. This team doesn't cover the number. Even with everybody back, they were not covering the number. Give me 8.5 with the Nets.
I think if I was going to play Phoenix, I would probably play 1 to 10, just because I think that's the easier approach for plus money. A part of me thinks the Nets get blasted tonight. Like, I understand it was a great win. I actually watched it. I saw the entire comeback unfold. The Warriors, though, have turned into the worst fourth quarter team in the league over the last week. I don't know what happened there. But the Nets, they might be without Cam Johnson, who's been insane for the last couple weeks. He's been great. Thomas is out already. Besides Schroeder, I don't know how they can actually score points. Like, I don't think they have many weapons offensively. I'm not a Nurkic guy in 2024. He should dominate the boards in this game. With no potential Claxton, Ben Simmons is going to be potentially the starting center in this game. I think the Nets are just missing too many guys. It was a great win. They got up for it. Fernandez is a phenomenal coach. He should be favored to win Coach of the Year maybe next year. He's really, really good as a coach. But,
So, here's situation. Let's say Claxton, Dorian Finney-Smith, and Cam Johnson are all ruled in. Are you on the Nets?
Yeah. If Cam Johnson plays, they'll be on the Nets. But I think if he's out and Thomas is out, Schroeder's got to do everything for this team offensively. Mm-hmm. I'd rather take Schroeder props if those guys are ruled out. Okay. For the side, I think it actually is a fair spread. I'm just not going to back it.
Yeah. All right. No, I like it. I think I'm the same way. Definitely. If all those guys are in, I'm 100% on the Nets. I might actually bet it because, man, too many times. Well, I do like the 1 to 10. If everybody's in, I'm definitely taking the 1 to 10 because too many times this Suns team not able to cover the spread but get a win.
If you're asking me what my thoughts are on the spread, I think I would go Phoenix minus 8.5, but I'm not going to bet it.
Mm-hmm. All right. Last game of the slate, probably the best game of the slate too. OKC on the road going to play the Golden State Warriors. OKC's laying 2.5 on the road. 229.5 is the total. No Caruso, no Dieng, no Chet Holmgren, no Jay Will. And for the, not Spurs, but for the Warriors, we have a game time decision, questionable tag on Jonathan Kuminga and Steph Curry. Wow.
I don't trust the Warriors. They can't close games. They've gotten killed in like 3 straight fourth quarters.
That I don't want to overlook the Nets' 18-point comeback win.
They almost blew the cup game to the Pelicans.
Yeah, that's another one.
And the Spurs outscored them by 20 in the fourth quarter. They've been awful in the last 12 minutes of games. It's been a mess from Steve Kerr and company.
So we sweat the whole game and then wait to the fourth quarter when they blow it?
Either that. I mean, I like Oklahoma City fourth quarter anyway, but I like the Thunder. I mean, watching Hardenstein come back, by the way, he looks fantastic. Hardenstein.
I think that's the X factor for me. I think that's the X factor for me. The fact that they got Hartenstein back and how good he's been playing as soon as he came back. And the fact, so I think he'll have an advantage. And if he can dominate the boards and play really, really good versus the Kevon Looney minutes, because I'm pretty sure that's who they're going to rotate around with him. Dog, he's such a good passer out of the post that, like, it makes Hartenstein to Isaiah Joe, Cason Wallace, Wiggins. Like, I like that connection, man. I like Hartenstein on this team a lot, man.
I mean, I'm going to read off Hartenstein's stats so far this season. He played against Portland off the bench, played 29 minutes, 13 points, 14 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 blocks. Then he played against the Kings in his first start of the season, 32 minutes, 17, 10, and 4. He's been great with this team.
Yeah.
His activity should give Golden State problems. His rim protection is going to help out. But even if the game's close, with the Warriors' fourth quarter struggles, give me Shea to shut the game down. I'm going to Oklahoma City.
Man. National TV game. Steph could give us a fourth quarter masterclass. However, my counter argument to that, and the reason that I actually am taking OKC with you, is not only the fourth quarter woes, but the fact that I think that the Oklahoma City Thunder can lock down in the fourth quarter and not let Steph get whatever he wants. And they're going to need a master effort from Steph in the fourth quarter to get through this. So I'm with you.
I also think
rolling with
Dagnall's
OKC.
significantly better than Steve Kerr. I'm not a Steve Kerr guy, so
Yeah.
I think Dagnall should have a good game plan in store.
All right. Let's see here, Scott. Let's close it out. I might have to give people a bonus lock on the night before Turkey Day, just because they're not going to have an extra pick tomorrow.
I forgot about that. We have no games tomorrow, so we have no show. Forgot about that.
Yeah, so we're going to have to give them an extra pick. It's cool. I like a lot on the slate. For my lock, man, which one of these bad teams do I want to fade? It's a bunch of them. Cleveland is very, very tempting playing the Hawks. But I got to go Denver, man. I got to keep fading this Utah team. And no Laurie. I just got to keep fading this Utah team. Give me Denver laying 9.5 for my lock. Dog.
It's not going to be the Wizards. I know that for a fact.
Portland 4-1.
Okay.
I'm all the way in, Scott. All the way in. Pause. Bonus lock.
I don't know if you need a pause for that, but okay.
Precautionary pause.
Just saying, you didn't say who you were talking about, so you might not need a pause, but okay.
I mean,
fair
it's
enough.
an NBA show. It's an
yeah,
NBA show.
fair enough. Okay.
Bonus lock. Options. We are gonna go with San Antonio's pretty good. I think San Antonio's is live there against the Lakers. This Lakers team is really bad.
I think you're gonna go with the over in that game.
That's actually a pretty good play too. I do think they could score.
I know for a fact they can't defend.
But nonetheless, Brunson is back in. No, wait. Have I been good locking up the Knicks?
That I don't know the answer to.
I don't think I have. Yeah, you're right. We're gonna go with over. Over Lakers, Spurs, 228. Knicks were very, very close, but I think I haven't been good locking up the Knicks, so I'm not gonna bad juju that. Go ahead.
All right. So for the first lock, give me the Knicks minus 4.5 in this game.
What you talking? What a dick! Yo, that's like your man's that went and said, "Nah, don't even shoot at her, shorty. Like you don't even want to talk to her," and then he started rapping with her neck. Yo, that's crazy.
Listen, Terrell, it's my lock now. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Knicks minus 4.5. I think I have to. I mean, the Mavericks. I watched them against the Hawks. They got the job done. Kyrie and Dinwiddie had great games. Let's put it this way. I'm skeptical of Dinwiddie having another out-of-body experience in 2024. I think the Knicks are the better team. Offensively, they're great. They can score a bunch of points. I think Cat's going to be a serious matchup problem for this team. He's going to drag either Lively or Gafford away from the basket. You mentioned before that Brunson should get whatever he wants in this game. I agree. The Knicks offensively, though, have been great. Defensively, they've had some ups and downs. They've kind of been better lately. But the Mavericks supporting cast, still not great. Marshall's been really good. Props to him there. I just haven't been overly impressed. I think the Knicks with Brunson maybe dropping 40 in this game in the return to Dallas, whatever you want to call it. I think it's a great spot for the Knicks to dominate this game. I'll basically dare Dallas to score enough points to keep up with this team because they're definitely not stopping this team. So give me the Knicks minus 4.5 as my lock at around minus 110. For my bonus lock on the show, I got to wonder what I actually want to go with here. You know what? For my bonus log, I think I'll switch it up a little bit. I will dare this team to actually score points. Give me the under in the Heat and Hornets game at 218.5. Chino Hill's ball's been playing well, but they still can't score over 90. So I'll dare the Hornets to do anything. Heater on a back-to-back, so you could argue fatigue might be an issue, but it's mostly daring the Hornets to actually contribute at all in these games. They can't. And I think the Heat defensively can do enough to make LaMelo's life difficult. You said before, they've guarded him well in the past. I don't trust anybody else to do anything on this team. So give me the under 218.5 as my bonus lock. For my dog, I mean, Portland I did like as well for the price, but I thought about Indiana 1-10 in that game. Not sure if I'm actually going to go with it, but I did think about it. You know what? I think I actually am going to go with it. Or actually, do I want to go with the potential win margin here? I think Oklahoma City's going to win. Do I think the game's close?
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah, I think the game will be close
Warriors
too.
are up in the third quarter. They blow the game. OKC wins by like a couple of free throws.
That's, I think, where I'm at too. So instead of going with the Thunder on the spread, which I do agree with, I think I'm going to go with the win margin here. I think it's going to be a close game. It's on prime time. I see them killing each other. But I still don't trust Golden State based on their fourth quarter numbers. So instead, give me the Thunder 1-10 at plus 185.
All right. I have already entered Jalen Brunson higher, 24.5 points in the underdog. Scott, anything that sticks out?
I'm trying to think. I don't know if Tim Hardaway Jr. rebounds and assists lower is available. Should be. Just give me the 4.5 lower. He goes under in basically every game.
Rebounds and assists, no.
I was going to say, for the record this season, I know.
Oh, yes, it is. Here we go. Lower.
Yeah. I know it's a bit juiced to the lower, but for the record, he has gone lower 4.5 rebounds and assists in 13 of 16 games played. He's gone lower in 5 straight. Just throw it in. It's been pure chalk this season, so I'll just go back to it.
Yeah, Spurs, I think, are going to have a big game. Banana Boat Buddy playing against his guy. Last play, let's add Chris Paul in there. He's got Devin Vassell, passed the ball to as well, so he's going to get.
I think I'd rather have Vassell, to be honest with you.
Oh, hey, yes, 100%. I'm for that. Wait, do they have him? Oh no, they don't have him.
Okay.
All right, underdog lineup. We have Chris Paul higher, 8.5 assists. We have Tim Hardaway Jr. lower, 4.5 rebounds and assists. And we have Jalen Brunson higher, 24.5 points. That's going to get you 6.31x. $100 gets you $631 over at Underdog Fantasy. Promo code NBA SGPN. Scott, anything else before we get up out of here?
Not really. Once again, looking forward to the card. Should be fun. No games tomorrow, so we have no show tomorrow. So if you're waiting for the NBA, you shouldn't be, because there is no show to wait for. Just keep that in mind. But we're back again on Friday.
All right. With that, yeah, I got to go. I have nothing else to say, nothing else to do. No other way of ending podcast. Just going to do like this. We are out of here. Happy Turkey Day.